What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today we're going to be talking about what are the New York Giants plans for the offensive side of the ball going into this season, man, because this is something that has to be talked about, man. And it's not a great look for the New York Giants going into this 2025 NFL season. And I'm just gonna talk about it with you guys. So y'all bear with me. Come back in after the intro and we're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
Four, three, two, one. Connect!
I'm feeling pretty good.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And look,
I'm feeling pretty good.
welcome to New York Giants Full Access. Yeah. Like the intro said, welcome to New York Giants Full Access. And today we're going to be talking about the New York Giants offensive plans going into 2025. What are they? As you guys know, we went through free agency and we didn't sign a bunch of offensive players going into the 2025 season. We made a heck of an effort going into the 2025 NFL season and fixing the defense. We signed Paulson Adebo. We've actually, I believe, gotten 4 defensive linemen. We got Javon Holland. We signed a couple of linebackers. But on the offensive side of the ball, we did bring back Slayton, which I do agree was a good move. But as far as the offensive line, the trenches on the offensive line, we brought in Greg Van Roten, a couple of swing tackles that are going to be fighting for a job going into this season. And they announced that they were going to move Evan Neal to guard. So my question is what is these guys' plan going into the 2025 NFL season with their offense? I'm gonna tell you the main thing that I do not like is you're giving all this effort and going into trying to get a Aaron Rodgers, who I truly believe is not here to train your future quarterback, whether that be Milroe, whether that be Sanders, whether that be Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, whoever they decide. Tyler Show has come up. But what is your plan? Because if you get Aaron Rodgers, doesn't that say that you're trying to win right now? And basically, he's the only new piece to an offense that was ranked pretty much dead last in every major category last year. So what is your plan on offense? Are you still planning on running that same type scheme that you did last year? Are you planning on doing that? Are you planning on giving Wan'Dale Robinson another 140 targets this year with Aaron Rodgers or whoever you bring in, a Russell Wilson, a Joe Flacco, a Jameis Winston? Like, what is your plan on offense? Are you planning to run the ball more with Tyrone Tracy? Because obviously you didn't get a running back to back him up. So are you still safe with Eric Gray and Devin Singletary as your primary backups to Tyrone Tracy? Are you planning on making Tyrone Tracy the feature back? What are you planning on doing? Like, people are trying to realize, what is your plan on offense? Because the defensive side of the ball, I'll give you kudos. You did well. But what is your plan on offense? Are you planning to use Jalen Hyatt this year? What are you planning to do on Wan'Dale Robinson? Are you going to roll him out there and do the same role that he did last year, running them over in the middle with 2-3 yard routes, getting them killed, getting them hit? What's your plan for Malik Neighbors? To force him the ball again this year instead of creating ways to get him open so he can use his talent to maximize his targets? Are you planning on not giving Slayton his targets again this year? What's the plan? Because obviously you really have that pretty much hidden because you haven't done anything on the offensive side of the ball. And this is not me complaining. This is just me asking the questions that need to be asked. Like, what are you planning on doing with these guys? What are you planning on doing with Theo Johnson and Bellinger? What are you planning on doing with the right guard position? Like, what's your plan? Because it seems like you might be arrogant enough to think that I just get another quarterback, I can run the same scheme that I did last year. And that's not going to work. That's not going to work in the NFC East. You play the AFC, I think, North and the AFC West, or you play the NFC North and the AFC West. That scheme is not going to work. So what's the plan? What's your plan at the quarterback position? Are you planning on bringing in one of these veterans and not drafting a quarterback? Because if you draft Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, I think they're ready to play day one. And they should be able to play day one. What is your plan with Aaron Rodgers? You think it's going to be a smooth transition with Aaron Rodgers coming over here? What's your guys' plan? Because I see no plan as far as the run game. I see no plan as far as the offensive line. I see no plan as far as the receiving core. And I don't even see a plan with the quarterback position. I don't see a scheme. I don't see anything. Now, are you hiding this as a game plan, as a chess move, or are you guys just really think that what you did last year is okay? And we're just going to get a bunch of defensive players to hold people to 3 to 4, 3 to 5 to 6 points, and we can score 10 points a game and win games. Because if that's your plan, you need to go ahead and resign right now. What's the Giants' offensive plan going into 2025? That's a mysterious question that has no answer right now and has no avenue for you to find an answer right now with the New York Giants. See, this is what New York Giants should be worried about instead of chasing after Aaron Rodgers. This is what the New York Giants should be worried about instead of chasing Aaron Rodgers and these fans clamoring for Aaron Rodgers. No, you should be trying to figure out your plan. You should be trying to get pieces to put in place to put a different scheme out there on the field, because last year's scheme, I'm going to just be honest with you, it was ass. It allowed defenses to choke up on you. It allowed defenses not to be threatened down the field. It allowed defenses to pinpoint exactly where you're going and make plays and stop you short of the sticks on almost every single last drive unless somebody made a miraculous play. And that's not conducive into winning games. You don't have superstars all over the field like the Philadelphia Eagles. They can run a simple scheme, but their players are so good that it's hard to stop them anyway. You don't have players like that. You have to come up with a scheme to pinpoint a weakness in the defense and attack that weakness with the players that you have with their skill sets. What is your plan to use Wan'Dale Robinson's skill set? What is your plan to use Slayton's skill set? The only player you have that it really doesn't matter is Malik Neighbors that's out there on the field. That's it. But all the other guys, these guys are conducive to what type of scheme that you run to use their best abilities. Wan'Dale Robinson's best ability is get him the ball in space. What is your plan to do that, to get him the ball in space? Because it's damn sure it's not throwing the ball to him in the middle of the field for 2 to 3 yards and getting him hit by linebackers and safeties all day. What's your plan to use Slayton? It's definitely not using him on nothing really, because when he runs slant routes, when he runs deep digs, when he runs drags, when he runs deep, he makes plays for you. You don't have to force the ball to a player like Malik Neighbors. You run a scheme to where Malik Neighbors could get his one-on-one matchup, and you can throw that ball to him. He doesn't have to run through 3-4 people just to get 10 yards. What's your plan for Theo Johnson, who's a big 6'6", 6'7" guy with speed? Use him up the middle of the field. Make those linebackers and safeties run with him down the middle of the field, and maybe Slayton and Malik Neighbors can have an easier time getting yards on catches on deep ends and deep outs and posts. What's your plan, man? What's your plan for Tyrone Tracy? You've seen that our run blocking was not very good last year. So what's your plan with that? Because you didn't sign a run blocker on the offensive line. You got the same offensive line that you had last year. Now, I will admit, your offensive line, as far as pass blocking wise, was pretty good before Andrew Thomas went down, but the run blocking seemed to be lack. So what's your plan for the run game this upcoming season? Are you planning on using Tyrone Tracy more than what you used him in the beginning of the season? Are you planning on using him like you used him towards the last part of the season? Who's going to be his running mate? It can't be Motor Singletary. It can't be Eric Gray. Where's the power run game? Where's your short yardage game at? Are you planning on fixing your short yardage situations to where we could get more first downs instead of having to get off the field because we can't pick up 3rd and 1s, 3rd and inches, and 3rd and 2s with our run game because we get pushed back because we don't have the strength in the run game to run those situations great, to pick up those first downs and give us an extra 3 downs to work down the field. What are you going to do with those situations? See, this is the frustration that comes with real Giants fans that really want to know, what the hell are you doing? So in the coming weeks, we're going to have to see exactly what the New York Giants are planning to do as far as the draft, as far as their offensive scheme, and as far as fixing this offensive line to where we can run the ball consistently and compete in the NFC East, take some time off the clock, and allow our defense to get the rest. And if that defense proves to be as good as you're trying to make it to be, we got a chance to make some things happen. But sitting here twiddling your thumbs, waiting for a decision on Aaron Rodgers when nobody else should be waiting for this dude, but we're waiting for this dude to decide where he wants to go. You had Russell Wilson in the building. You had Jameis Winston in the building. You had Joe Flacco in the building. Like, make a decision, move forward so you could get your plan in motion because you have no quarterback plan in motion. You can't trade up to the number 1 pick because I think the Titans are taking Cam Ward. So now you're sitting there debating, are the Cleveland Browns going to take Shedeur Sanders? Then what's your plan after that? Because now on here in Milroe, people are still loving those physical traits, and he could be at the bottom of the 1st round. So are you planning on trading back up in the 1st round? So you're going to have to give up draft capital regardless to get a quarterback that you want. These are the things that need to be talked about in this Giants community to get these people to realize that they have to make moves. Stop sitting here clamoring for Aaron Rodgers and allowing them to have their thumbs up their butts and not have to make a move because they know that you're waiting for Aaron Rodgers, so we can wait for Aaron Rodgers. Put the pressure on these dudes in situations that they need pressure on. Me personally, I'm not waiting for no Aaron Rodgers. Why would I wait for Aaron Rodgers, a 42-year-old quarterback that I know that he's going to get a 2-year or 3-year deal? He's probably going to go play 1 year and leave you hanging. Especially what I seen what he just did right down the block with the New York Jets. Come on, man. Y'all got to get serious about this stuff, man, because this here is not a good situation going into this 2025 season with this offense looking the exact same that it was last year. And that's my thoughts on what this New York Giants team is going to do on offense going into the 2025 NFL season. There's no plan. So either they got a hell of a scheme cooked up or the New York Giants are going to be in trouble again in 2025, and you're not going to win many games, and that defense is going to break down again, and you're going to go through the same thing that you went through last year. So y'all better get it together, Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll, because you got to fix this offense. You got to make it to where you can at least be decent and make 20 points a game. I think if you do that, this defense, the way that it's being built, if they change that scheme from that stupid zone scheme and let them boys play that man-to-man coverage that they like to play with Drew Phillips, Paulson Adebo, Deonte Banks, we might have a chance to win a couple of games. Not saying playoffs or anything like that, but damn it, we can compete. And that's the first step. But I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think this Giants offense is going to look like in 2025, because I don't know, because they haven't shown me anything. Only thing they showed me is they brought back some players from last year, and they're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. And that is not the move you should be making to correct an offense that was only averaging 15 points per game, less than 15 points per game, and towards the end of the season, until they had that game against the Colts. And that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. But we're going to see, man. Thank y'all for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that big blue join button right here for Big Pat Sports Talk. And go over to the Aboriginal Sports Network to see more videos with the whole crew talking about subjects like the Giants, the NFL, the NBA. Go over to the Aboriginal Sports Network, where you get the conglomerate of all these good brothers here with the Aboriginal crew. But until then, y'all know what it is, man. Peace.
4, 3, 2, 1. Connect!
I'm feeling pretty good.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and look,
I'm feeling pretty good.
welcome to New York Giants for